Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today we are previewing Celtic's imminent clash with Ferencvaros in a match which could decide both teams' fates in the Europa League and European football for the rest of this year. Like usual, we'll be covering the game, both clubs' forms running into it, injuries and suspensions, my Celtic starting 11 and my final score prediction. Before we get into the video though, please remember to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support me financially, join this channel as a member, but it's completely up to you. But it's there if you would like to. But without further ado, let's get into it. So Celtic now have a big test ahead of them, and there are a few outcomes that could occur from this match. A win, and Celtic are 99.99999, recurring 9% certain of playing European football after Christmas. A draw will put us into a comfortable position, but certainly by no means a secure position. And then a loss will absolutely throw everything into the balance. Everything will go haywire, and we'll be on. It'll be very interesting to see from that point who goes through if Celtic lose tonight. Now, the task is made a lot harder seeing that we're having to travel to Hungary to play this match. Because Hungarian fans, not only are they homophobic, not only are they racist, not all of them, but the majority of them are. Now, they are extremely passionate fans, and they will create such a holistic environment for Celtic, and an environment that would surely intimidate any normal player heading into that environment. And that will occur at the Groupama Arena in Budapest. Now, running into this match, I guess you could say, after a slip up to Livingston in their most recent fixture, but as for their last 6 games, Celtic are undefeated. We have won every single game of those last 6, and the only draw was that draw to Livingston, which we're going to move on from because I'm not dwelling on that whatsoever. And that result against Ferencvaros, however, in our Europa League match was a 2-0 win, and that leaves us sitting third in our group on 3 points, 3 ahead of Ferencvaros and 4 behind equal leaders Leverkusen and Real Betis. As for Ferencvaros, they currently are undefeated in their last 3 matches in the league. They've recorded 2 wins and a draw. One of those was actually a 7-0 thumping of I think a second tier team. I didn't really look into it, but it was in the 4th round. So they're very capable of scoring goals. But in Europe, they are pointless. Well, not pointless, but literally pointless. They have 3 losses from 3 games. They sit in 4th position, 3 points behind Celtic. But as for injuries and suspensions, like last time, Ferencvaros will be out without the players who were not registered into their Europa League squad. They include Frank Bolli, Marco Marin, and Mohamed Besic. And like last time, they are also without David Saiga, who is dealing with a ligament injury. Now, as for the hoops, and we still have the usuals out, Julian, Taylor, Karamoko. They're still weeks and months away, depending on the player, from returning to the squad. Ange has also revealed what a lot of people expected, that Carl Starfelt will also be out. He'll be out for 2 to 3 weeks, and he has a very similar timeline to return, as does Tom Rogic. Both of them are out of contention on this side of the international break at least. Jamesy Forrest, he got a run against Livingston, or a walk, I guess you could say, but he is also available for selection, so that's great to hear for him. So into the starting lineup, and this lineup, it's a very practical lineup, and it's the only debate, I guess, is the front 3, but you could make claims for the midfield as well. So, Super Joe Hart in goals. Then at right back, the man with the new contract, Anthony Ralston. Then as the 2 centre-halves, I'm going with Cameron Carter-Vickers and Stephen Welsh. Stephen Welsh, a player I have absolutely 100% full confidence in that he can replace Starfelt. Honestly, before Starfelt found form, I thought Stephen Welsh had to be starting matches, so it's going to be great to see him back in the team. Then we're going with Juranovic at left back. Now at CDM and into the midfield, we have Nir Baton, and I feel he's a really good CDM because he's able to keep a calm and level head in that midfield. And Ferencvaros, they can't sit back in this game like Livingston did, so I'm going to touch on that a bit later, but hang with me on Baton here. Then as the box-to-box, I'm pushing McGregor more upfield, and then of course at cam roll, Turnbull is filling the void left by Rogic. Now into the front 3, and I can see why you'd play a lot of things in this front 3. However, as for me, this is what I feel is the the most beneficial for Celtic, and leaves us with the best chance of winning. So what that is that we have Jota on the left. Then on the right-hand side, I'm going with Abada, who has seemed a bit lackluster recently in the team and has lost a lot of that spark he had at the beginning of the season, but it can't be discredited. The link-ups he has with Anthony Ralston, and you can't build chemistry in one match, so I think that's a great reason to keep him in the team. Also, James Forrest, he was an option, but I don't think it's ready to rush him back into a 90-minute match that's going to have such a high level of intensity. And then we have Kyogo up top, who 100% has to be played through the middle in the team. If he's not played through the middle, we don't win. I will not accept him playing on the wing or on the bench. That's just my take on it. Now into the final score prediction, and Celtic are going to have to be ruthless if they want to win this match. I'm putting more emphasis on it because we have to be extremely, extremely ruthless. We need to take every opportunity we get, because last time, the home crowd at Paradise absolutely discouraged Ferencvaros and took all the momentum away that they were looking to build upon when Celtic had that penalty saved. And I can't say much more than that. The crowd was crucial to Celtic's victory, remembering that we were going into half-time at 0-0 in that match. So we're going to have to be even more ruthless this time if we want to be getting all 3 points. But as I said just then, despite us having the absolute best crowd behind us in the first leg, this second leg is at a completely different ballpark. Quite literally, it's in Budapest this time. And if we don't kill their hopes and kill their momentum early on, we are going to be under so much pressure for as long as Ferencvaros can hold it, because they're a well-drilled team. They will be able to hold that pressure on us for quite a while, and it's going to be up to Celtic to break them down really slowly and strongly and then have their own chances on goal. And it's also going to be extremely difficult to score goals without Tom Rogic, who, as we saw against Livingston, is literally the creator of this team. But when you do have Kyogo playing through the middle for Celtic, you are always a chance of scoring, regardless if it's 1 chance a game or if it's 5 or 6 chances a game. You always are a chance of scoring, because his movement not only sets himself up, but can set the players around him up. And it is just crucial to Celtic's success that he is playing at that number 9 role. But look, that's why, and I think without Rogic and only Kyogo playing, that's why we have to be so ruthless in this match, because we're not going to have as many chances as we did at Parkhead. We got 5 or 6, we could have had that a 4 or 5-0 win at Parkhead without a doubt. But we're not going to have as many chances then, so if we're going to win the match, we're going to have to take our chances and nullify Ferencvaros as well, because the home crowd, like I said earlier, is going to will them on for the whole 90 minutes. But look, we're going to have to be strong, because honestly, Ferencvaros are going to throw the book at us. Like I said, they have the crowd behind them, and not only do they have the crowd behind them, but they have their pride to play for. This is a team that got knocked out in the last round of Champions League qualifying by Young Boys. By Young Boys? Not literal young boys, by the team Young Boys. And they're going to throw everything at us, because if they're knocked out of the Europa League after being so close to the Champions League, it's going to be an absolute disgrace for the club, and it's going to be looked down upon by a lot of the fans, and especially by people internally at the club. And if they don't take their chances, it's going to be up to Celtic to take theirs. And we're going to have to capitalize on the moments when Ferencvaros have got gaps open, because if they have to win. And if they're going to play a completely all-out attack style, our defense is going to be under pressure, but it is going to leave gaps in their defense, especially from counter-attacks. And it's going to be up to players like Turnbull, like Jota, like Abada, like McGregor to kickstart those counterattacks and get us upfield as quick as possible and capitalize on these opportunities, because you get barely any a game of counterattacks. And when you get them, you have to be scoring them. But as for my final score prediction, I am going for a 2-1 win to the Hoops. And I think it's going to be a very, very, very tough game for Celtic. I think we're going to be under a lot of pressure early on, but I think we will be able to, drain a lot of that out of Ferencvaros. And as the game progresses on, they will tire. And I think that's when Celtic are going to hit their mojo and go through the motions and hopefully take all 3 points away in Hungary and pretty much guarantee us of European football after Christmas. But that is all from me. Drop your score prediction in the comments below. Drop your lineup prediction in the comments below. Drop anything you want in the comments below, I guess. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a member if you wish. But that is all. So, until next time, hail, hail.